I want the same thing that every parent wants for their child. I want them to have a career that they love. I want them to have a family. I want them to have people around them that they love and care for, that they share a partnership with. I want them to be happy, and I think that's what all parents want for their kids. I just want them to live the very best life for them, what's best for them.
I grew up in McMinnville, and it's kind of a small town, so it's not the most liberal of places. So coming out was definitely something that I thought about for a long time and that I wasn't comfortable with doing.
When Kara was born, Kara was the happiest child on the face of the earth. They smiled all the time. Kara became much more withdrawn when they were in high school. There were times where I felt like they were excluded, but there were times that I felt like they just really isolated themselves.
Tried to remain like as invisible as I could, just because I didn't want to get hurt, because there was a lot of bullying and stuff like that that I definitely noticed for kids like me.
To go from being that child that smiled and was happy all the time to somebody who now deals with that type of uneducated person who is really negative towards them, and I know that that hurts them. My biggest fear is losing my child.
I think I always had questions about my gender, just from when I was younger, just knowing that like I didn't always want to play with the other little girls or like play with the girl toys and like stuff like that. Like I had girlfriends that I liked to play with sometimes, but I definitely played with like the boys sometimes. So I knew that there was some overlap. I didn't exactly know what that looked like at the time. Coming out to me was making sure that I was who I was and I could be myself, and people knew that. Like any coming out, it's silly because my mom is very supportive, but there's always that little bit of fear. And I know that she'll always be supportive no matter who I am or what I do, but there's always like a fear of not being accepted by my family. So I've seen people go through that. I didn't want to go through that.
It's never been an issue for me, and I've always been an advocate for the community. So when they came out as gay, it was like, okay. And then just recently in August, they came out as non-binary transgender. And for me, that then became the education piece. The information that I've gathered in researching non-binary, transgender, has really begun to show me their childhood in a different light. It made me able to look at them and to truly understand some of the struggles that they've been through, that pieces that didn't quite fit when they were younger now make much more sense. It's allowed me to have a much fuller understanding of my child and their entire lives, not just the present moment, but kind of how they grew up and the things that they struggled with growing up.
If we lived somewhere where it was more accepting of genders rather than just boy and girl, it would make things easier for me if people understood before I came out to them, so I didn't have to explain. They just went, okay, that's what you are, and that's all I needed to know.
My hope for Kara is that they can do whatever they want to, whatever their dreams are, that they can live out those dreams, and not just someplace like Portland. I want them to be able to do that anywhere in the state of Oregon and be able to pursue whatever they want to do without anybody thinking twice about it. I just want them to be accepted for exactly who they are. And I want them to be able to go out and just be excited about life and do whatever they want.